Yo, what's up guys, it's BD Legend 313, and guys, today I'm going to be talking to you guys about why Clash Royale is actually broken, guys. It's actually favoring all the people who have been playing for so long, and I mean that makes sense to some extent, but I'm going to explain to you why that's a little bit confusing. So let's aim for 15 likes on this video, guys, and make sure you guys vote in the top right corner right now whether or not Clash Royale is actually broken, and your thoughts, leave them in the comment section below. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. The first thing, so imagine that you're a new player, you're playing Clash Royale, right? The issue is that when you come in, you can't really catch up with any of the other players. And I mean, that makes sense to an extent. You know, obviously the game is trying to, benefit those who have been playing for a long time, but, it really doesn't make any sense. So if we look ahead, like the first, obviously, if we're looking at, requests and things like that, I think that the players that are in the lower arenas should get more requests, because it doesn't make any sense for the players in the top arenas to get an insanely high amount of requests, while the players in the lower arenas who really actually need the cards to upgrade their cards so they can get to a higher arena get a lot of requests. So, obviously, okay, we're looking at Arena 6 here. You can request 2 rares, 1 rare, 20 commons. But if we go all the way up to Legendary Arena, guys, that number becomes 40 commons and 4 rares. I mean, that's just crazy. The amount of, and on top of that, you can give away more cards too. So that means you can have more coins coming in. The other thing we could talk about is in the shop, guys. The things that you can get in the shop. I'm having some connection issues. Okay, that's fine. The things that we can get in the shop. So, okay, the legendaries you can get at higher arenas. I guess that kind of makes sense. Legendaries are rare to get, and they're expensive anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But the actual, if you're paying for gems, the actual deals that you can get actually get better as you get into the higher arenas, which will just propel you forward as long as you get to the higher arenas. So you guys can kind of see a common theme here, where basically the rich get richer and the poor, they just kind of stay where they are, and it's kind of like a like an economy system, and it doesn't really work well. So if you're a new player, and the reason it doesn't work well, even for the game, it doesn't work well, because if you think about it, if Clash Royale is trying to get some more players, obviously they're going to try to give those players a little bit of a boost, right? But they're not getting any boost and any help from the game at all. So that kind of stinks. But the biggest way, I think, in my opinion, that basically the inequality grows between the pros and, us who play the game every day just for some fun, trying to be the best that we could be, is the draft chest. I mean, it's so hard to compete with draft chests if you think about it. So even the first draft chest, you just break 4,000 trophies. The first draft chest, guarantees you 10 rares or 10 epics and 50 rares. On top of that, you get 2,000 coins, and you might even get some legendaries. I mean, that's just crazy. The guys who are, in Master 2 every season, they're getting 300 cards, 30 epics, 150 rares, a couple, it looks like 6,000 coins, and they're for sure, I think at that level, they're getting legendaries. So I mean, it's just absolutely insane, because none of us can catch up to those guys. If you're number 1 in the world, you're gonna be around the top 100 in the world every season, because it's gonna be so hard to beat you. And really, that just makes the stage between the Hog Mountain and the Legendary Arena so hard to just kind of close in on. And that's where I think a lot of players are. They're between these two arenas right here, and it's so hard to beat, because the guys who are getting those legendary chests, or I'm sorry, getting the challengers, challenger 1, and they're getting those draft chests, they're getting a lot more cards than we are, and they're upgrading their cards a lot faster as well. So in that way, if you guys think about it, Clash Royale is broken, because you can't beat the best guys in the game. You're never going to be as good as the pros, and that really, I don't think it should be that way. I mean, yes, you could be very good at mechanics, you could be very good at the game, but if your opponent has a higher level King's Tower, a higher level Crown Tower, and they have higher level cards, it's going to be very hard to beat them. And that's just the honest truth. So I think this is just kind of me letting out my frustrations, because I've had a lot of frustrations in this game as well. And I know you guys have had a lot of, frustrations. And it kind of makes sense for them to be rewarding their best players. But guys, it's really, really difficult. I mean, there has to be something in it for us, and there really is, not a lot of updates, not a lot of things coming out to help the lower players and the lower guys in the game. Anyways, guys, if you guys like this video, make sure you like. If you agree, make sure you let me know. And if you have any other opinions, guys, make sure you put it in the comment section. Vote in the top right corner right now, whether or not, you guys, top right is that way, my fault, whether or not you guys actually, agree with this or not, or if you have other opinions. And I'll see you guys in the next one.